It was 9:23 p.m. on a chilly October night when 15-year-old Maya Patel turned off the main road and onto Elm Street, the dimly lit shortcut she'd taken 100 times before. The air smelled of damp leaves and distant wood smoke. Her backpack bounced against her shoulders as she walked, earbuds in, music low, just loud enough to drown out the quiet unease that always crept in after dark. She was cutting through the park, a narrow path lined with skeletal trees, when she noticed the footsteps behind her. At first, she thought it was another student from school, maybe someone from her math class. But the rhythm was wrong, too steady, too close. She glanced over her shoulder. A man, tall and broad-shouldered, walked about 20 feet back. His face was shadowed beneath the brim of a dark cap. He wasn't wearing a coat despite the cold, just a gray hoodie pulled tight. Maya quickened her pace. So did he. Her heart thudded. She pulled out her earbuds. The silence was worse. The crunch of leaves, the wind in the trees, and those footsteps now unmistakably gaining on her. She turned onto the sidewalk along the old brick library, gripping her phone tighter. Just keep walking. Stay calm. But when she glanced back again, he was only 10 feet away. Then a rough grip seized her shoulder, yanking her backward. Maya screamed, dropping her backpack. The man clamped a hand over her mouth, his breath hot against her ear. "Don't make a sound," he growled. Panic exploded in her chest. She twisted, kicking backward, her heel connecting with his shin. He grunted, grip loosening just enough. She wrenched her head free and bit down hard on the hand over her mouth. He roared, recoiling. Maya didn't think. She ran. She sprinted across the street, legs burning, breath ragged, until she burst through the front door of Mr. and Mrs. Chen's convenience store, their bell jingling wildly. She collapsed against the counter, sobbing. "Maya!" Mrs. Chen rushed over. "What happened?" Between gasps, Maya stammered out the story. Mr. Chen called 911 immediately. The police arrived within minutes. Officers searched the area, but the man was gone. Still, they took Maya's statement, checked her for injuries, a few scrapes, nothing broken, and drove her home, where her parents, frantic with worry, hugged her tightly and didn't let go for a long time. The next few days were a blur of therapy sessions, school absences, and nightmares. Maya jumped at shadows. She stopped walking home alone. Her parents arranged carpools. But something gnawed at her. Who was he? Why me? Then, 2 weeks later, she saw it on the local news. Man on trial for repeated assaults on teen girls. The headline read. The photo flashed on screen. Same gray hoodie, same cap. His name was Daniel Krell, 38, a warehouse worker with no prior record. But over the past 6 months, 4 teenage girls had reported similar attacks. Followed, grabbed, threatened. One had been dragged into an alley before escaping. The police had no solid evidence until now. Maya's hands trembled as she watched. The reporter mentioned that Krell had been seen near the park the night Maya was attacked. Surveillance footage from the convenience store had captured him walking behind her. And her testimony, clear, detailed, courageous, was now part of the case. The trial began in December. Maya sat in the courtroom, dressed in a navy blazer, her mother beside her. When Krell was brought in, he didn't look at her, but she stared. She needed to see the man who had stolen her sense of safety. She took the stand. Her voice shook at first, but grew stronger with every word. I remember his grip. I remember the smell of his sweat. I remember how afraid I was. But I also remember fighting. I remember running. And I remember surviving. Krell was convicted on 3 counts of attempted abduction and assault, sentenced to 18 years. Afterward, outside the courthouse, a reporter asked Maya how she felt. She looked at the sky, gray, but breaking into patches of blue. I used to be afraid of the dark, she said softly. Now I know I'm stronger than it. And for the first time in weeks, she smiled. That night, she walked home under the streetlights, slowly, carefully, but alone. And when she heard footsteps behind her, she didn't flinch. She turned, ready. But it was just the wind, and the world, slowly, beginning to feel like hers again.